Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this?
I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future.
It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank,
What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only. Alright, hello and welcome to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson and we are coming to you live from the Spice of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. And of course, it's always a pleasure to be back with you. I have a few things to talk to you about on the program tonight. I hope that you and your family are okay. I want to say hello to the first-time viewers, and of course, we also would like to say hello to the usual suspects. We call you the usual suspects because you never miss a program. You're always there. Of course, we are happy that you are so committed to the business. All right, so hello and welcome. Revocation of the license of MV Embassy. Now, MV Embassy is a party boat who has had its license revoked. We'll explain to you why. Now, that strange phenomenon that happened at the Westerhall Bay a couple of days ago has got the attention of the authorities, and so they have provided us with an update following samples that were taken. One man charged with a non-capital murder, man charged with possession of firearm and assault with a deadly instrument. Also, Sunshine Promotions have provided an update relating to its annual Mother's Day event. And we have other things to talk to you about in the program. We've got a message from a concerned citizen. So all of these and more when we return on the Mikey Live program. Brace yourself, all right? This is what we call news discussed, not told. We don't have a horse in the race, so we're telling you things as it is. Remember that someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit compliments. Did you sell? And that lucky person might just be you. We'll be back. Go ahead and share the business. Again, headlines brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket. We've got the superb distributors on board. We've got the Beacon Insurance on board as well. Classic Lighting, they've got the big invitational coming up. We'll tell you about that. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Look out, Grenada! It's coming! The Classic Lighting Athletics Games 2025!
Again, I am the PRO of the National Bus Association. Come on down to the National Stadium on the 17th and the 18th of May. I'm inviting every Grenadian to do so that you can experience bus operators legally mash up the police and them in an athletic event, a 4x1 relay. Don't miss it, can't miss it. No need to fear, your favorite operators will be there. At that, me say.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
Again, we would like to welcome you to another Mikey Live program. Now let's get straight into the business. Now the first thing that we have to tell you about is that the vessel MV Embassy has had its license revoked. Now some of you who are party boat lovers would recall I think it was a couple months ago when there were conversations about warnings that were being issued to the operators of the motor vessel. Today we have received a correspondence from the Grenada Ports Authority saying that they have revoked the license of the MV Embassy with immediate effect. This action has become necessary, they say, due to repeated infractions of overloading by the operators of the vessel. It says, for public knowledge, MV Embassy was licensed to carry 150 passengers with very specific stipulations on the distribution of passengers due to the construction of the vessel. They are saying that there's a limit of 50 persons on the upper deck or for the upper deck. Now, the Grenada Ports Authority has suspended the license of the vessel on 2 occasions, with the last episode happening on the 24th of December, that's Christmas Eve 2024. However, in spite of this, the practice of overloading the vessel continued unabated. Considering the consequential risks associated with this practice, linked with the fact that prior warnings were articulated to the captain and the operators of the vessel, the GPA has no choice, they say, but to revoke the license of MV Embassy to carry passengers for the benefit of public safety. All right, so it did not state whether this is going to be for a specific period, but it appears that it is an indefinite revocation. We'll continue to monitor this development. All right, if at some point in time an update is given, then we'll be able to share that with you. But for now, the vessel's license has been revoked. All right. So what we have to tell you, Rory Caliste, who is a 37-year-old steel bender of Mount Hartman, St. George's, in case you missed it, has been charged with the offense of non-capital murder by intentionally causing the death of Delon Caliste, 30-year-old construction worker of Mount Hartman, St. George, by unlawful harm. Now, just to give you some context, the charge follows investigations into a fatal chopping incident which occurred on Saturday, 3rd May at Mount Hartman, St. George. We initially told you about this. Mr. Caliste made his first court appearance at the St. George's Magistrates Court yesterday. What today is? Yeah, yesterday. and was remanded to His Majesty's prison. He is scheduled to reappear back in court on September 1st, 2025. While we're on this, we can tell you that Damien Depredine, who is a 40-year-old businessman of H.A. Blaze Street, St. George, was charged by police with the offenses of possession of firearm and assault with a deadly instrument. Now, these charges stemmed from an incident which occurred on Saturday 3rd again at Grandstand St. George. Mr. Depredine appeared before the St. George's Magistrates Court yesterday, Tuesday 6th May, and was remanded to His Majesty's prison. He is scheduled to reappear in court on Monday 1st September as well, 2025. Now, we have an update regarding the situation that, kind of like got the attention of the general public. That was the that weird looking thing, whatever it was at the time, at the Old Harbour Bay at Westerhall Point in St. David. Today, the government held a press conference in which they provided an update relating to that development. Here now is that update.
Now, Grenada, because of its geographic location, is the tidal range in Grenada is what we call microtidal. It is very small. It's the highest tide we can get is about probably a 1 foot 6 inches. Now, what that causes is that you have slow moving water, in particular in enclosed bays. So the Westerhall Bay is where that occurrence happened, where they saw the discoloration and the dying of fish and so on in that bay. What has happened is that it's an enclosed bay with very slow movement. Now what happened is that the sargassum got into that area and it went to the bottom. And the rotten sargassum creates something what you call an anoxic or hypoxic phenomena, which is the rotten sargassum used up all of the oxygen in the water. It killed off the fish and the marine organisms in that area literally suffocated. That is what happened. And the sargassum got to the bottom, smothered the seagrass beds and so on. The seagrass beds require light, so if they are covered, they cannot photosynthesize. So they die as well. And what you have happening is you have a release of hydrogen sulfide. That's what gave that pungent smell in the bay. So it's a combination of things that would have happened. We have slow moving currents and you have an influx of the sargassum. The sargassum gets to the bottom, rot, release the gas, the hydrogen sulfide, and the marine organisms died within that bay. So it is important that the general public understand what has happened, and it was not an anthropogenic or human-induced activity. No one dumped any pollution there. There were no drilling of oil in the area. It was literally a biological process that happened, and just because of the nature of the area, that has happened. So eventually, with the movement of the tides and the current in that area, the area would clean off eventually. But it would take some time because, as I said, these bays are enclosed and the circulation pattern in those areas are very slow. So that is what caused that. I just wanted to let the general public know that that is what's happening as a result of the sargassum rotting in the area.
Thank you very much, sir. As we move on, well, I'm happy to hear that a theory being offered for that occurrence there. Sunshine Promotions have officially announced that they will not be hosting their annual Mother's Day concert this year due to venue limitations and accessibility concerns. While we explored alternative locations, ensuring the comfort and inclusion of all our patrons, especially our elderly and differently able guests, remain our top priority. It says that we are already planning a grand return in 2026 at the Grenada National Stadium once renovations are completed. They say that they'd like to thank you for your continued support. We're wishing all the mothers a joyful and love-filled Mother's Day. So, no Mother's Day concert for that event. From Sunshine Promotions. I also know that Steve Duncan has also recently announced that they were not going to be doing the Reggae Fest event, which is a big event that happens yearly, and of course it's an avenue for entrepreneurs, for service providers to make $5. This is not going to be happening this year too. He did hint that at some point in time, if motivated enough, will provide some context to that development. But for now, we wait with bated breath. We are moving on. How are we looking for time? So the next thing that we have to tell you is that we've received a correspondence or a message from a concerned citizen, they say, in the Waterloo area. That's where there's the construction of a bridge that is going to take you to like Shaper School Brothers, Shaper School, Florida, XYZ. It says, I have seen in the past that you have highlighted some issues affecting people. I wondered if you could shed some light on the treatment of 2 homes affected by the construction work on the new unfinished bridge at Brothers of Waterloo in St. John. Both homes previously paid for stones to be packed and cemented in place to protect our riverbanks. It says that we use a particular company and our riverbank was well secured with no issues. The contractor now have decided, I guess it's the contractor of the new bridge, have now decided to break down all the cemented stones that was protecting us and pack back little to no stones, which was not cemented in place, and have now rolled into the river, leaving nothing but soil exposed. And they've sent us this picture. It says that we are tired of chasing, and no one is doing anything. It has been years. To remove and destroy something that is there to protect the property, and the only reason was to remove our large boulders and take them elsewhere. We also have cracks from our homes because of the pounding and the heavy machinery that would have caused it. It says that this river comes down very heavy and could easily flood the properties. Please, if there's anything that you can do, please help us. Well, I've read this verbatim from the person who would have sent us this footage, and so maybe it's worth a look by the relevant authorities to ascertain whether or not there is merit in what is being said by this homeowner who is expressing concerns that they have invested so much into building something that will protect their homes, and so it was removed, and something less than adequate has replaced it, and so they are expressing concerns over this and wants the relevant authorities to please at least give them some attention on this particular issue. All right, what else do we have to tell you? So we got an experience today of the youth parliament in full swing, boy. Them youth and them bad. They want to post it here because I want to send all on the page to check it out. You can check it out on GIS. You can check it out on my page as well, where the young parliamentarians debated about prisons and what should be done for persons who go into jail and coming out, that the government should assist persons who go into jail and stuff like that, so that they're not coming out with nothing. At least there's some sort of assistance and softening of the blow, especially for people who have long-term sentences and so on. So one side debated this and the other side say, well, all the crazy, you can incentivize criminal activities. You understand? Yeah, anyway, really, 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 really good topic. So we want to invite you to check it out. Okay, what else? We got a couple notices from NAWASA. I would like to encourage you to check it out on our page or on NAWASA's page, all right? In terms of outages and so on. They've also been talking about Carriacou. I know Carriacou is a big thing that is happening, So they want persons to bear with them. You understand the karaoke situation is kind of thing, but it says the National Water and Sewage Authority advises that significant progress is being made in addressing the challenges currently affecting operations at the karaoke desalination plant. Repair works are actively ongoing, with NAWASA and technical representatives from Aquastore presently undertaking critical repairs to the tank. An official update on restoration efforts will be provided on Saturday, May 10th. And NAWASA says that they would like to thank the public for your continued patience and understanding as they work towards the delivery of a full restoration of service. Okay, so NAWASA saying, listen, we understand we've had some really, really serious challenges, and so we asking you to bear with us for a moment. Well, we got some more here. Water supply interruption Tuesday. What? I think they have the date wrong on that, so I would not even bother. Okay, here we go. It says here that the National Water and Sewage Authority advises residents of Mount Rose, River Sally, Plains, Mount Fendu, and Rose Hill, in St. Patrick, that there will be an interruption. Yes, that your water will be interrupted. So don't say you were not told. All right, and that interruption will be on Thursday, May 8th, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. This is an interruption, they say, is necessary to facilitate the commissioning of newly installed water mains in Latast, River Sally, and Glossy. Yeah, man. So they want to thank you for your patience, your understanding, and apologize for any inconvenience. So they're upgrading, so that they turn off the business, and then, yeah. So So anyway. Okay. So let's go straight into our business from the Met Office. What we can tell you here is that the weather is expected to be generally fair, with a low chance of few brief isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. And what we're telling you here now is that the winds is going to be about easterly to southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Your weather for tomorrow is Thursday already, boy. What? It's expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times during the afternoon, with a low chance of few brief isolated showers. Max temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 25. Winds easterly to east southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Very calm and nice. Alright, so that's your weather report for tonight and tomorrow. So here's what. We want to big up a few people on the business. So we're bigging up all the peoples on YouTube. Quite a bit of you. So big up Celine and everybody who's usually there. Alright, blessings to you. And of course, we want to big up all the people on Facebook too, bye. So Jacinta, I see that you're there. How are you? Michelle, Wagwan, Java, Liz, Courtney. How are you doing, Courtney? And Joseph, Wagwan. Eudine, Wagwan. Jean and Dinah, Sylvina, and Hazelland. So everybody else on the business, blessings to you. What we're going to do, take a break and come back. Yeah. And of course, when we come back, you know what we have for you, right? We will have the national report for the NR lovers. Yeah, some people, they can't sleep if they don't get an NR, eh? So we're taking that break and we'll be back with the national report.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
supposed to finish cooking like this?
I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future.
It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know.
What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart, be prepared, invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Look out, Grenada! It's coming! The Classic Lighting Athletics Games 2025!
Again, I am the PRO of the National Bus Association. Come on down to the National Stadium on the 17th and the 18th of May. I'm inviting every Grenadian to do so that you can experience bus operators legally mash up the police and them in an athletic event, a 4x1 relay. Don't miss it, can't miss it. No need to fear, your favorite operators will be there. At that, me say.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
This is the GIS News for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. I am Sherry Ann Noel. In the headlines, Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs sets robust operational structure to manage the affairs of the ministry. And the Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee says Grenada's economy experienced a 3.7% growth rate in 2024, which was accompanied by a lowering of inflation. We'll have the details to this story and more when we return.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it is crucial for all of us to conserve water at home. When washing my fruits and vegetables, I use a bowl of water, and later I reuse it to water my plants. This is how I save water at home. What are you waiting for?
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
So you think it's all about sport? Running can save your life. Say you're at the beach, having a good time, and you feel a strong shaking. Run. See the water withdraw an unusual distance from the shore. Run. Hear a strange roar. Run. If you experience any of these warning signs, run to higher ground.
There may not be enough time for an official tsunami warning. Be tsunami smart. Know the natural warning signs. Are you ready?
Visit weready.org. Brought to you by SEDIMA and the European Union.
Run.
Welcome back. The Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee says Grenada's economy experienced a 3.7% growth rate in 2024, which was accompanied by a lowering of inflation. This growth occurred despite disruptions caused by natural disasters last year, like Hurricane Beryl. It is attributed mainly to the performance of the construction, wholesale and retail sectors, as well as the country's tourism sector.
The 3.7% growth in the economy was influenced mainly by development in tourism, where the hotels and restaurant sector, the proxy for development in the tourism industry, grew by 9.8%, in line with the 9.5% growth in stayover visitors. In 2024, stayover visitors from all the major markets increased. In relation to two of the other main sectors that drive economic growth, the construction sector and the wholesale and retail trade sector, the Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee noted the moderate growth in these sectors in 2024. The construction sector grew by 2.7%, and the wholesale and retail sector grew by 5.4%.
That's Ms. Laurel Bain, chairwoman of the Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee. FROC says growth in imports accounted for a widening of the current account deficit, which was partially financed by significant capital inflows.
On the external account, we saw a widening of the merchandise trade deficit by 18%. That is your trade in goods. And this was due primarily to the growth in imports of approximately 10%. However, that widening trade deficit was somewhat partially offset by a growth in services due to developments relating to tourism. As a result, the current account balance, your external account, which includes your trade in goods and your trade in service, is estimated to have widened by 16%. That deficit on the current account was financed by substantial capital and financial inflows in 2024.
The Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee, FROC, is an independent committee established with a mandate to monitor and report to the House of Representatives on government's compliance with the relevant fiscal legislation. Moving ahead, Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs on Wednesday held its first official press briefing at the Ministry of Infrastructure conference room. The ministry is led by Honorable Lennox Andrews, whose definition of the blue economy stated that it is defined as the sustainable use of ocean resources to create economic growth, job generation, and improve livelihoods. Honorable Andrews says while there are traditional sectors aligned to the blue economy, there are a number of new and emerging sectors that can bring tremendous benefits to Grenada once managed effectively.
Shore renewable energy, aquaculture, seabed extractive activities, marine biotechnology. And marine biotechnology means that there are some organisms, living organisms, on the seabed that are important and that can be used to create different products to improve human health. And also there are the bioprospecting, which is research for organisms that have valuable genetic resources that have commercial uses, and we can create new products from them as well for human use.
Honorable Andrews says, in a broad sense, the blue economy encompasses the legal, economic, and environmental aspects of the marine industry.
So it really covers two broad areas. You have the commercial ones, which has to do with the transport of goods and the transport of people. And you have the non-commercial aspect, which covers issues like research, issues like exploration, issues like defense. Now, our ministry's mandate is very much in keeping with that definition and those two broad areas I referred to.
While some may question the need for a Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs, Honorable Andrews says it's a critical component of the government's transformational agenda based on the economic benefits to be derived.
The world has long recognized the great potential that exists in the ocean for economic activities. It is stated that everything that is on land can also be found, and even more, in our oceans. Which means, therefore, that the sea poses great potential for economic activity and for new economic activity. And it is also instructive to note that our marine space, our sea space, is 77 times greater than our land space. So there are many more economic activities that can take place on the sea relative to the land.
Javon Williams, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs, during a press brief on Wednesday, shared the government's vision for the ministry. It reads Grenada as a global leader in innovative and responsible ocean-based development that will guide the way forward for the ministry. In order for the Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs to fulfill its vision, a strategic operational structural plan has been developed with the aim of capturing two distinctive branches, the administrative branch and the technical branch. Williams says the structure is of critical importance in moving the ministry forward, as the goal is to be responsible in the way they manage the affairs of the ministry.
Under the administrative branch, it is normal for ministries to have basic officers as your SAO, your senior administrative officers, your accounts officers, and the other things. But specific that we want to mention is that most ministries may have a public relation officer, but we are up to find what we call a communication and outreach officer, specific to that administrative arm. Additionally, we are looking to have a legal-based officer embedded in the ministry, a change management officer, and a research and development officer. These additional units, though not new in administration, but specific to us, we want them directly embedded in the ministry so we can have our development properly guided and informed.
A number of technical units, he says, will also form part of the structure to ensure that the ministry remains responsible in the way it manages the ministry's mandate.
We have 5 main technical units that we are intended to fill, where we'll have basic senior persons manning. So we're looking, one we already have, which is the fisheries management. Fisheries is under the ministry, and we have our chief fisheries officer. We are looking to have a senior marine project and development officer as the other unit. We're looking to have a marine business and development officer, because if you are looking for economic activity, we can only strengthen that through the private sector, investment and development. So we have to have an officer there. And the other two areas, we want to have a project specialist for coastal zone management and a project specialist for renewable ocean energy. These two new areas are fresh in the world today. We want to strengthen our oceans. We want to make sure our ocean is healthy, and at the same time we have our sustainable management structures.
P.S. Williams also highlighted 5 main priorities of the ministry.
Sustainable marine resource management. We have marine sector transformation. We have blue economy diversification and innovation, coastal zone community empowerment and resilience, and institutional strengthening and governance. And as the minister mentioned, quite a few special areas, professional areas that our young persons can delve into development. Once you come with the requisite qualification, there are room in the ministry for future development for our young people. Because if you're looking at institutional strengthening and governance, we have to have the young ones with the strength, mind, and understanding to do that.
Other focus areas of the ministry for 2025 includes marine protected areas, ocean zone management, treaty ratification, marine and yachting consultancy, ocean literacy, among others. This is the GIS News. We will return after these messages.
Ectel is celebrating 25 years of progress. 25 years ago, the telecoms market in the Eastern Caribbean was a complete monopoly. The cost of services was very high, making our economies very uncompetitive and unattractive for investment. Then, thanks to the vision of 5 regional governments, Ectel was established in 2000, and the NTRCs were introduced between 2000 and 2001, breaking the monopoly and enabling real competition, innovation, and consumer choice. From the first Telecommunications Act in 2000, welcoming new players in 2001, implementing a price cap plan in 2004, recommending the establishment of universal service funds in 2008, and number portability in 2019, to the enactment of the first EC bill in 2021. Ectel and the NTRCs led the charge in many areas, including lower call rates, faster broadband, more service options, and stronger consumer protection. Today, thanks to Ectel and the NTRCs, connectivity is stronger, digital access is fairer, and the future is brighter. 25 years of progress, 25 years of empowering you. Ectel and the NTRCs, digitally transforming our space together.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
As a parent, it is my responsibility to care and protect my children. It is my responsibility to ensure they are safeguarded at all times. It is the same for you, to safeguard your children by keeping them on their vaccination and immunization schedule. Make them a VIP, vaccinated, immunized, and protected. I am Pinky Fabulous. I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Welcome back. Ambassador Jerry Eno, Special Envoy for Oceans with the Ministry of the Blue Economy and Marine Affairs, during a press briefing on Wednesday, stated that the issue of sargassum affecting the region dates back 14 years. Sargassum, he says, is a marine plant that floats originating from an area in the North Atlantic called the Sargasso Sea, where sargassum is trapped between 4 currents. Ambassador Eno made the reference while addressing the occurrence in Wester Hall of discoloration of the water in the bay, which was of concern to many who viewed the video in circulation. Eno says Grenada, because of its geographic location and its microtide, which causes slow movement of water, particularly in the enclosed bays, coupled with the deposits of sargassum, which has since died and settled on the seabed, is a contributing factor to the decoloration of the bay in Wester Hall.
The Wester Hall Bay is where that occurrence happened, where they saw the discoloration and the dying of fish and so on in that bay. What has happened is that it's an enclosed bay with very slow movement. Now what happened is that the sargassum got into that area and it went to the bottom. And the rotten sargassum creates something what you call an anoxic or hypoxic phenomena, which is the rotten sargassum used up all of the oxygen in the water. It killed off the fish and the marine organisms in that area literally suffocated. That is what happened. And the sargassum got to the bottom, smothered the seagrass beds and so on. The seagrass beds require light, so if they are covered, they cannot photosynthesize. So they die as well.
He says the discoloration of the water and the stench that emanated was in no way as a result of human-induced activity.
What you have happening is you have a release of hydrogen sulfide. That's what gave that pungent smell in the bay. So it's a combination of things that would have happened. We have slow-moving currents, and you have an influx of the sargassum. The sargassum gets to the bottom, rot, release the gas, the hydrogen sulfide, and the marine organisms died within that bay. So it is important that the general public understand what has happened, and it was not an anthropogenic or human-induced activity. No one dumped any pollution there. There were no drilling of oil in the area. It was literally a biological process that happened, and just because of the nature of the area, that has happened. So eventually, with the movement of the tides and the current in that area, the area would clean off eventually.
Eno says it will take time for the water to clear as the bays are enclosed and circulation patterns in those areas are very slow. The Grenada Ports Authority Maritime Affairs has revoked the license of MV Embassy with immediate effect. A release from the Grenada Ports Authority states that the action has become necessary due to repeated infractions of overloading by operators of the vessel. For public knowledge, the GPA stated that MV Embassy licensed to hold 150 passengers, with very specific stipulations and distribution of passengers due to the construction of the vessel, with a limit of 50 passengers on the upper deck. The Grenada Ports Authority had suspended the license of the vessel on 2 previous occasions, with the last episode occurring December 24, 2024. In spite of this, the practice of overloading continued unabated. The release went on to state that considering the consequential risk associated with the practice and the fact that prior warnings were articulated with both the captain and operators, the Grenada Ports Authority had no choice but to revoke the license of MV Embassy to carry passengers for the benefit of public safety. Kevin Hollas, head curator responsible for preparing and maintaining the cricket pitch and surrounding outfield at the National Cricket Stadium, says his job is around 80% complete as Grenada prepares to host an international test match July 3rd to 7th as part of Australia's tour of the West Indies. Hollas says his team of 5 are presently working on removing the unwanted grass from the outfield.
As it stands right now, we're weeding out bad grass. We're fertilizing. Some of the grass we have to spray it with selective chemical. We start doing that in them already. For the square, we are preparing two end pitch for the day of the game, for it to practice. And then we have 2 middle. So we go choose on the 2 middle when coming closer to the game, which one we will then.
And the processing on that, how far along are you?
Well, we are about 60% on the square. Yeah.
So,
but the outfield is about 70 to 80%.
When you say 70 to 80%, needing what?
Well, it's just maintaining now and make sure everything stay. Like any bad grass come up, we juke it out, we take it out, and this thing and them. Just keep it, maintain it, and fertilize to get greener and all this.
Do you normally do rolling of it as well?
Yeah, we go past the roll on it maybe at two weeks before the game. Just pass on the whole outfield.
Hola says, as the one entrusted with the responsibility to ensure the playing surface is suitable for matches and managing aspects of grass growth, soil composition and moisture levels, his team works tirelessly to ensure on match day the wicket receives positive reviews by both bowlers and batsmen.
It's just maintenance. We just have to make sure, like, before the like say 10 days before the game, you have to make sure the surface is clean. So we just clarify maybe about a month before and make sure we get rid of all the debris and all them things and then top dress with fresh mud.
You have a team of how many?
Well, 5 of us.
The square is expected to be marked in the coming days with high concentration on the center pitch. This is the GIS News. We return after these messages.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just 1 final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Are you thinking about buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Global warming and sea level rise are of increasing concern to coastal communities of the Caribbean. Approximately 70% of this problem is caused by the production of electricity using petroleum fuels. Electricity production from renewable energy technologies such as wind, hydro, biomass and geothermal are proven solutions to replace petroleum fuels while saving valuable foreign exchange.
The Caribbean Renewable Energy Development Program is working with regional governments to transform the electric sector and thereby ensure the optimal addition of renewable energy into the region's electricity supply.
CREDIP, working towards a sustainable energy future for the Caribbean.
Welcome back. The Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, through its annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk, which is in its 14th year, raised a record-breaking $69,000 for the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. On April 6th, the Carriacou leg of the walk was held where, despite the lingering effects and memories of Hurricane Beryl still fresh on the minds of many, participated and completed the route from Harveyville to Hillsborough, where Co-op Bank donated $5,000 to the hospital at the end of the walk. The main event in Grenada, held on May 4th, saw a record turnout of participants walking from Montrouge Playing Field to Karani James Athletic Stadium, some of whom took the challenge route up Luther's Lane, down Maris Hill and through River Road. Since 2009, Pump It Up has supported 8 local institutions and continues to promote healthier lifestyles across the nation through community engagement and wellness awareness. And finally in the news, Grenada Cricket Association applauds government's initiative to refurbish the National Cricket Stadium, as upgraded, well-maintained facilities are important to enable both players and patrons to the facility comfortable and memorable experiences. Those were the sentiments of President of the Grenada Cricket Association, Norman Gilbert, as he looks ahead to the many benefits that local cricketers can gain from the top-class facility.
We are expecting that with the completion of the National Stadium, there will be more matches coming to Grenada. We have had a break for the last 18 months or so for construction work to have happened. Obviously, we would have improved facilities in terms of the outfield as well as the general stadium. The players area is also going to be retrofitted with new planes of equipment, and we also have the construction of new lockers and the bathroom facilities upgraded and so on. The experience for our match officials, our scorers, we also have the replacements of seats that were damaged through the process. So even the spectators themselves should be more comfortable in terms of the sitting, not only for international match, but our local players would have a chance to be able to play here in this facility and also at a regional level as well, that we have not really hosted senior regional tournaments for the last 3 to 4 years. And so it would be nice for us to have our players exposed to this level of facility that they can improve their performance based on the quality of the playing surfaces. We also have the upgrade to the net and practice facility, and these players, all our players from under 15, under 19s, women, men, would also have access to the practice facility that will allow them to improve their craft. So we are very happy that we have had the reconstruction, and we look forward to the official opening and the commissioning so that we can continue to have cricket.
Gilbert says the GCA is also looking ahead with high expectations to the lighting of the cricket stadium, which will enable the GCA to organize night cricket tournaments, which patrons are longing for. Now for a recap of the top stories. Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs sets robust operational structure to manage the affairs of the ministry, and the Fiscal Resilience Oversight Committee says Grenada's economy experienced a 3.7% growth rate in 2004, which was accompanied by a lowering of inflation. This has been the GIS News for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharia Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Look out, Grenada! It's coming! The Classic Lighting Athletics Games 2025!
Again, I am the PRO of the National Bus Association. Come on down to the National Stadium on the 17th and the 18th of May. I'm inviting every Grenadian to do so that you can experience bus operators legally mash up the police and them in an athletic event, a 4x1 relay. Don't miss it, can't miss it. No need to fear, your favorite operators will be there. At that, me say.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.